Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look at a brand new Pokemon in the world of Pokemon Go, Oranguru. Oranguru is a normal and psychic type Pokemon with the moveset of Confusion, Foul Play, and Psychic. I'll be trying it out in the Retro Cup with the Greedent lead and Confusion Cresselia as the closer. The Retro Cup is a meta that is very well suited to Oranguru because Dark types and Steel types, two of its biggest problems, are banned. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Oranguru in action in the Retro Cup. Hopping to the first match, picking up a negative lead Greedent into Defense Deoxys. I am going to stay in here just for a little bit, so I will be able to get off the crunch, because that is going to hit for some nice super effective damage, and then I am going to be safe switching into Oranguru. Able to get the defense drop as well, and my opponent throws on alignment, so we get a free Confusion. That is massive. We tank the Rock Slide very well. As you're going to see, Oranguru has a lot of bulk, so it can really take some hits. In comes Greedent, and we're able to land the Psychic. If possible, I do want to try and win switch advantage here, because it would be perfect if I could align the Defense Deoxys onto my Cresselia. So you know what? I'm actually going to double shield Oranguru here, because that way I'm just going to be able to Confusion down, and I'm going to leave with a lot of energy and be able to win back switch advantage. And if the opponent brings back in that Defense Deoxys, I have a lot of energy loaded. They do bring back in Deoxys, and I am going to be going for the Foul Play. This will hit for big super effective damage. Defense Deoxys does respect it, and we're able to reach number 2. So this should be grabbing that second shield if they want to preserve the Deoxys. They do. Deoxys trying to farm down. Oranguru is too bulky. Able to get to another Foul Play. Taking out Defense Deoxys. And they have a Zangoose in the back. That is a very cool spice pick. I will give them that. I'm going to bring in Greedent, basically just to force them to throw a close combat and lower their defense. They choose to keep farming up, so I'm just going to farm up to the back-to-back body slams. That's going to be more than enough to take out the Zangoose, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, switching Greedent into another Defense Deoxys. At this point, we know the strategy. We are going straight for the crunch, and then an immediate save switch into Oranguru. Going for the crunch. Last time we were able to get the defense drop, which was quite nice. This time, not so lucky. We bring in Oranguru, and this opponent also throws on alignment, allowing me to get through it extra Confusion. We tank the Rock Slide, no problem, and I'm going to immediately fire back with the Foul Play. Foul Play gets the shield, and then they bring in Lickitung. But this is not a great matchup for Lickitung, because these Licks are going to be single resisted due to the normal and psychic typing. They go for the Body Slam, we tank that, and now I'm going to be firing back with the Psychic. Psychic does big damage onto Lickitung. Lickitung trying to farm down. Oranguru able to hold on. The bulk of Oranguru going to be going for the Foul Play. Foul Play takes down the Lickitung, and back in comes Defense Deoxys. But this is now a very different game, as we have our Confusion Cresselia lined up against the Defense Deoxys, and Defense Deoxys can't really do a whole lot of damage to us. So we should be in a pretty good spot. Very nice catch by my opponent. They are able to catch the Grass Knot onto their Shadow Snorlax, but honestly, I was more than happy to see that chip damage. So I'm not too worried about that. We're going to bring in Greedent, go for the Body Slam, farming up to a second, and they reach a move. This is probably a superpower. I should survive it, I believe. We do. I'm going to try and farm up to the back-to-back here, but Greedent just gets taken out. That is a little unfortunate and a definite misplay by me, but they still only have that Defense Deoxys left in the back, so we should be in a pretty decent spot here with our Cresselia. Again, I don't have to shield this. I am going to save shields and basically just go for the Confusion down. The battle of resisted fast moves. Cresselia is the winner, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Greedent into Samurott. With two Psychic types in the back, I am very happy to see Samurott on the lead, but not happy whatsoever to see that lag. Finally, the battle unfreezes, and we're able to go for a Body Slam. Body Slam does a lot of damage. Samurott is very, very glassy. They're going to be going for a move. We tank whatever they decide to throw here. They go for the Hydro Cannon. It is a CMP tie, and we're going to fire back with the Body Slam. Body Slam takes down Samurott. They bring in Talonflame, and I'm going to save switch into Oranguru. Oranguru able to do some nice damage with Confusion. I'm gonna call the bait here. They go Brave Bird, but Oranguru able to hang on. They bring in Superior, and we're going to be able to connect with a Psychic. Again, the bulk of Oranguru tanking a Brave Bird from Talonflame and still able to get to a move versus Superior. I am going to bring in the Greedent just to force the Superior to throw a move. They go for Frenzy Plant, and now I'm going for a very aggressive farm down with Cresselia. I should be able to tank a move here, not too worried about that, but they have Leaf Tornado, and suddenly I am very worried, because if they get the 2-stage attack drop, this could get difficult. Second one does get the attack drop, and now it looks like I'm in trouble. I'm gonna full send the Future Sight, hope they don't realize I have it, but they do. They do commit the shield. So my attack is lowered by 2 stages. These Confusions are not doing nearly as much as they did before. And Talonflame, going for the Flame Charge, gets to ramp up their Incinerates. I build up to the Future Sight. I am going for the Grass Knot bait, and we get the shield. Okay, maybe there is a chance here. They are buffing their Incinerates again. I just need to live one more Incinerate. We do. We get to the Future Sight. Even despite the debuff, that's going to be more than enough. Taking out the Talonflame, and we get a 1 HP win. Hopping to the next match, leading Greedent into Walrein. Fairly neutral lead, I am going to stay in to force them to throw some energy before I do eventually safe switch into Oranguru. Going for the Body Slam. Body Slam, it does some nice damage, but Walrein is quite tanky. They are at the back-to-back Icicle Spears here. They go for the first. I try and go for the Body Slam, but I do end up losing CMP. Thankfully, Greedent does tank Icicle Spear number 2. I'm going to fire back with the Body Slam and then save switch into Oranguru. In comes Oranguru. Opponent is going to bring in their Ghost type, and we have successfully trapped Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus probably saw that Psychic typing, switched in, and now they're in a bit of a tough spot. Dark Pulse will still hit for super effective, but that does not get same type attack bonus, so we're just going to be able to farm down and take switch advantage. They have the very low health Walrein in the back. The question is, what is their third? And it's Frostlass. So they have double Ghost in the back, and this is a little scary because I do have Cresselia. Oranguru not going to be able to reach another move, so I'm actually going to aggressively swap into the Confusion Cresselia. Shadow Ball would hurt. I commit the shield, but it's just an avalanche. These Confusions are chunking through Frostlass though. Opponent tries to catch, fails the catch, and at that point, this game is over. We're going to be able to reach the back-to-back Grass Knots here. I'm going to commit the shield. We have the back-to-back Grass Knots. First one is going to be getting that shield, and then the second one is going to be securing the KO. So Confusion Cresselia putting in a ton of work, taking down a Ghost type, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Greedent into Shadow Nidoqueen. This is a fantastic Pokemon for my team to see, with 2 Confusion users in the back. So I am actually going to stay in here. I do want them to throw their first Poison Fang, and then I will safe switch. I land the Body Slam. They're going to be going for the Poison Fang. I tank that, and then it is Oranguru time. In comes Oranguru. Those Confusions do a lot of damage, and they bring in Lickitung. But again, Lickitung does not have a fabulous matchup against Oranguru. We single resist the Licks, and I'm going to be able to hit for some heavy neutral damage in return with Psychic. Psychic takes them into the yellow. We are farming up, trying to get to the next move, not able to get there, but this Body Slam is not going to be enough to KO. Oranguru able to survive. We're going to reach the Foul Play, and this will win a switch advantage or shield advantage. Foul Play takes down Lickitung. They're probably not bringing back in that Nidoqueen into a Confusion user. They bring in their final Pokemon, which is Shadow Abomasnow. Shadow Abomasnow is a very cool pick, but unfortunately is not the tankiest, so they are going to be absolutely demolished by this second Confusion user. They go for the Weather Ball. That is totally fine. Look at their health absolutely getting vaporized by these neutral Confusions. They go Energy Ball. That is totally fine. We're just going to keep farming. From here, I will commit the shield because I should have back-to-back Weather Balls. So if they decide to switch, which they do not, I will have the back-to-back moves. So now, in comes Nidoqueen. I'm going to throw one Grass Knot and then swap just in case they got an Invisible Sneak. But I have this second Grass Knot stored. So all I have to do is save a shield for the Cresselia and this game is over. So I just don't shield here. Even if they Earth Power me, it's fine. They do, but we have the move stored on Cresselia. Grass Knot is going to be enough to take out Shadow Nidoqueen, and that is a good game. Picking up a terrible lead in the next match, Greedent into Altaria. I'm going to save switch into Oranguru, but as you see, Oranguru, even despite its bulk, does not take Dragon Breaths super well. I am building up to the Psychic, going for the Foul Play bait, but my opponent calls the bait. That is not great. If they throw Sky Attack here, I should barely survive it, and I did get a Confusion through, so I'm able to undertap and get to the last second Foul Play. Foul Play, just not enough to KO Altaria, and Altaria should have a move. I'm going to choose to soak the damage on Greedent, because Greedent is pretty bulky, so we tank the Sky Attack. We're going for the Bullet Seed down. We have to take quite a bit of damage in the process, but we are able to do so. They have Vigoroth in the back. I'm going to go for the Body Slam to get some chip damage, and then bring in Cresselia. Cresselia does quite well here, and they have Defense Deoxys in the back. This is definitely a situation where I do miss having Moonblast. Moonblast would hit a bit harder than Grass Knot. Grass Knot just doesn't do a lot of damage against the bulky Defense Form Deoxys. But this, unfortunately, despite the fact that Cresselia has good matchups against the remaining two Pokemon, they have two counter users. So Greedent is not going to be able to put in a lot of work here. So I'm very reliant on Cresselia. And unfortunately, I just don't think Cresselia is going to be able to do it. I overfarm there too much, and I'm forced to commit a shield. So I am making all the mistakes in this match. But yeah, seeing Altaria for this team, really not something you want to see. They bring back in Vigoroth, and at this point, I realize the game is over, so I am going to no shield and concede the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Greedent into another Walrein. We have seen how this plays out, pretty neutral lead, and a lead that I am going to be staying in, so I can force them to throw some energy before I do save switch into Oranguru. Walrein farming up quite a bit of energy, and they throw just before I reach the second Body Slam. I do survive this, don't have to shield, overfarming a bit, and they throw Icicle Spear number 2. Since they are a ways off their next Icicle Spear, I can overfarm here slightly, just so I have some residual energy before I do save switch into Oranguru. In comes Oranguru. Oranguru just not able to farm down before they reach a move, but we do tank this. So we tank the Icicle Spear, and they bring in Defense Form Deoxys. But this is honestly not a terrible spot for Oranguru to be in, because we have access to Foul Play. We're going to tank that no problem, and we're able to get to the back-to-back Foul Plays. This is going to be big. This should be able to grab a shield or switch advantage, and I'm okay with either. Because Walrein, I've seen Defense Deoxys, I'm expecting Medicham in the back, so long as I still have Cresselia, I should be in a pretty good spot here. So I'm going to bring in Cresselia, and I should be able to farm up quite a bit of energy. They're going for the Rock Slides, but we are going to tank it no problem, and they throw on Alignment, giving us free energy. Even better. I am going to save these shields because I am fully expecting its Medicham in the back, so I should save shields rather than expend them early. We're able to catch onto Greedent, and my read was wrong. It is Kofagrigus in the back. So I saved 2 shields for Cresselia, and unfortunately, that's a good game. Hopping to the final match, leading Greedent into, you guessed it, another Walrein. This time it is Shadow, so we are going to play it slightly differently. I am still going to stay in here, go for the Body Slam, and try and get to a second, and they're still going to be able to outpace me ever so slightly as they reach the back-to-back. But since they do extra damage, I am actually going to catch the second Icicle Spear onto Oranguru. Unfortunately, no confusion does go through there. We do tank the Icicle Spear, and they're going to bring in Swampert. Now, Swampert may be used to Hydro Cannon KOing things from this range, but not Oranguru. We tank the Hydro Cannon, and I'm going to fire back with the Psychic. Do they respect the Psychic? They do not! See you later, Swampert. Back in comes Walrein to farm down. I do have a move loaded on Greedent, so I am going to go for the Body Slam. This will KO if they decide to let it through. They do. And the final Pokemon in the back is Shadow Nidoqueen. So at this point, this game is over. I am going for the Body Slam. They let it through, and now I can just Confusion down for a 2-shield flex. Shadow Nidoqueen is going to be throwing a move. It doesn't matter what they throw. They are running Earthquake, though. Respect to the spice, and that is a good game. All in all, I was very impressed with Oranguru in the Retro Cup. With two of its biggest problems gone, dark types and steel types, it really allows it to flourish, and with an energy lead on the save switch, it can be incredibly deadly. I'm not sold on its effectiveness in the Open Great League, but at the very least for the Retro Cup, it is a very solid pick. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.